Let's go to the next page. In this page, we continue. We have 10. 10 says, well, you have all numbers, everything is shaded between -2 and 2, and -2 is included. All numbers between -2 and 2, and -2 is included. It means that we have equality for -2. X is bounded between -2 and 2. 2 is not included, -2 is included. So which case is this? First of all, it must be a real line because we shaded all numbers here. So it cannot be I. The only thing satisfies the definition is D. -2 is included, 2 is not included. Number 11. List from smallest to largest. 2 is just 2. Absolute value of -3 is equal to the distance from -3 to the origin, which is equal to 3. So absolute value of -3 is equal to 3. You have minus absolute value of -2. First, focus on absolute value of -2 and forget about this negative sign. The absolute value of -2 is just 2. So you copy down this negative sign, and the absolute value of -2 is just 2. So the outcome is -2. So we have -2, we have 2, and then we have 3. -2, 2, and 3. This is our answer. Number 12, the same process. Minus absolute value -1. Absolute value -1 is just 1 because it's the distance to the 0. We put the negative sign in front, and the absolute value of -1 is just 1. So this number represents -1. The absolute value of -1 itself is just 1, and -2 stays the same. So from smallest to largest, -2 is the smallest value. Then we have negative absolute value of -1, and then we have 1. So this is our final answer. Question 13. It says, name the property for the following. You have 2 in front of x plus 5, and on the right-hand side, we have 2 times x plus 2 times 1. It means that we distributed 2 into parentheses. So we have distributed property here. Here we have -2 times 1 is equal to 1 times -2. It means that if we change the order, the outcome will be the same. This is called identity. Question 15 says, evaluate. Well, what do we have here? We have -6 divided by 25 divided by absolute value of -3. Absolute value of -3 is equal to 3. So this becomes -6 divided by 25 divided by 3. When we are dealing with division, we can convert that into multiplication by flipping the second number. 3 is flipped you get 1/3. 6 is 2 times 3. On the denominator, we copy down 25 times 1/3. You can cancel out 3 and 3. You're left with -2 times 1, which is -2, divided by 25. So C is the answer. Question number 16. We have absolute value of -7, which is 7, plus 4 minus 8 times 3 times absolute value of -6, which is 6. So to avoid any confusion, I'm going to convert this dot into multiplication, so you know that we are working with multiplication. Well, this becomes, first, we have to deal with parentheses. 7 plus 4 is 11, minus 8 times 18. Again, between subtraction, multiplication comes first. Here we have 11 minus 144, which is equal to, the larger number has a negative sign, so the outcome is subtraction with a negative sign, -133. This is our final answer. Number 17. Number 17, we have exponents. Here we have -8 raised to the second. -8 raised to the second is -8 times -8. That's the meaning of exponent. It means that we take this number and multiply it by itself twice. Negative times negative is always positive. 8 times x, 8 is 64. So this is 64 so far. Minus, write down 64 here, minus. Now you have -7 to the second, which is again -7 times -7, or 49, minus. Here we have -3 to the third. It means that we multiply -3 by itself 3 times. Negative times negative is positive, so you have 9 times -3, which is -27. Since we have a negative number, we put that in parentheses. So what do we have? We have 64 minus 49 plus 27. From left to right, 64 minus 49, it gives us 15 plus 27, which is equal to 42. There you go. Now let us look at the last question, question 18. Question 18 says, well, here we have 4 times negative square root of 3 to the second. This exponent only belongs to -3. So we get -3 to the second, which is -3 times -3, or 9. We have square root of 36, which is 6. We have square root of 64, which is 8. And inside parentheses, we have 5 to the second power, which is 5 times 5, or 25. So this fraction becomes 4 times 9 minus 6 divided by 8 minus 25 minus 23. There we go. Multiplication comes first. 36 minus 6 divided by 8 minus, first you have to deal with parentheses. We get 2. So on the numerator we have a 30. On the denominator we have 6. 30 divided by 6 is equal to positive 5.